My name's Chris Van Haften. I live in Medway, England.
My name's Tom Hines. I'm a director of photography.
My name's Megan, I'm 21.
I'm Charlie, 23.
We're expecting our first baby. Everyone's on lockdown. We're being told we can only leave to go get essential sort of food items.
At the beginning, we thought the coronavirus would literally just be for the elderly or the vulnerable.
Especially in England, we was told quite a lot that it was just be precautionate, but it's mainly people that have got like asthma and the elderly. I think it was sort of quite dumbed down a little bit how actually severe it was, but whether that's because they didn't know at the time how bad it was going to get.
Everyone was just really thinking it's just a cold. If you get it, it's just a flu, a new strain of flu, that nothing to worry about. And a lot of people, sort of myself included, were just going, "Oh, come on, mate," giving people a cuddle. Nothing about coronavirus, and I was guilty of that, I must admit.
I was more worried when Charlie was still working, because obviously even though I was working from home, he was still going out every day to sites, to busy building sites, so it defeated the object of me then isolated.
I noticed a shift when they started closing the schools down. I went to get some food supplies. I wasn't panic buying, but I certainly thought I'd better get some things, and they just said we're going to shut the schools, and you could tell in the supermarkets the chaos. It was like serious.
There was greed. People were buying everything they could, and never mind the little old lady at number 4 that can only walk up to the local shop.
As much as we don't want to bulk buy and panic buy, you feel like you have to keep up with everyone else. So like if we was to go into the shop, if there was that one bit of toilet roll, we would then jump at the chance to get that bit of toilet roll, because we know we're probably not going to get it again when we go next week.
The financial implications of the whole country, shops being shut for weeks and weeks, it's a bit of an economic Armageddon. There's going to be a lot of small businesses that will never come back from this.
My situation has changed now, so I've recently just been made furloughed. Within a week, I had 7 of my sites closed, so it put me working from home from then, and then I only had 2 open at the time, so now I have been recently made furlough.
So it's given us a lot of time to get stuff sorted for the baby. That's one positive.
So I haven't been working this year at all. That has come about because of a family bereavement. I was going to fly out for 3 months to do a drama series, and it just fell through. So it was scary, but I kind of knew we were all in it. It was all going to happen to all of us. Luckily, my partner, she's working full time, and they kept her on. So we had a steady income. That's now changed. She's going to be furlonged, which means her salary is going to drop. And in the meantime, I've been applying where I can. Jobs that are still going would be, packing in supermarkets, Amazon. People are still ordering stuff off Amazon, and any kind of website that kind of offer jobs, I've put my CV in.
I think actually, if anything, small little companies are probably the ones that are doing a little bit better at the minute. Like for example, I wanted to order some baby bits the other day. So I went onto Instagram and I found a couple of like private little small companies, and I ended up ordering a couple of bits. So I think actually, if anything, if people are supporting them, that could be a good thing.
Well, I'm a fruit and vegetable supplier. I had a stall in Maidstone for over 20 years, and we started doing a lot of restaurant deliveries, but that's obviously not happening now. So we've diversified, and we're doing home deliveries, mixed fruit and veg boxes to people that can't get out or people that don't want to get out, and try and avoid the supermarkets. And so I'm doing a lot of fresh produce deliveries on a daily basis.
That's more of our concern, is the money. So obviously Charlie's going to be on 80% of his wage, which is fine for now, but my maternity is due to start in June. So if Charlie's still furloughed at the same time that my maternity pay starts, then obviously that is then going to be a worry, because both our income is then down by quite a bit.
Yeah, I think people are starting to try and look after what they use and what they've got a little bit more than they would do. They're trying to waste less food. They're making meals last. 1 meal becomes 2 meals, not because of any reason apart from they don't want to go to the shops and queue up for 4 hours. I think that's a lot of it, but if hopefully that will teach everyone a life lesson.
Social lives don't exist at the minute. I mean, even to see family, it doesn't exist. I FaceTime my mum once a day as much as I can, but we found that a struggle because obviously it's not the same. She wants to be able to see me, and especially because obviously being pregnant, it's my first pregnancy and this is going to be her first grandchild. She wants to be involved. She wants to be able to see me and make sure that I'm well, and she can't.
Yeah, it's been a big strain really. It's just all virtual now, isn't it? It's all FaceTime or messaging when you just call them normally and say, oh, do you want to meet up, go for a drink?
None of that. It's all everything's virtual at the minute.
Home life for me is very different to what I'm normally used to, because normally as a freelancer I work away from home and I'll normally stay away from home. So now I'm 100% at home the whole time, which is new and nice and great. It's good to be around the kids. For other people, from what I hear, like there's a guy who lives opposite who's on his own. We actually got some food for him today, and we left it at his front door, and we dropped off and came back, and he texted over to say how it's really hit him now, and he's starting to feel quite depressed about it. So for people that are on their own, I can only imagine it's really hard.
So we had a family quiz, didn't we?
Yeah.
Virtually, we had a virtual family quiz, and everyone used Zoom, and we all managed to speak to each other. FaceTime really has been a massive thing that we've been using.
It's a lot easier on the phone, isn't it?
And just phone calls, like with our grandparents. So Charlie's nan, obviously she wouldn't really know how to use FaceTime and stuff, so we found actually it's been quite nice because you've called her quite a bit.
Yeah.
Spoke to her. So I suppose if you look at it in a positive, we have probably made more phone calls to relatives that we wouldn't have.
There's a lot of people spending a lot of more time with their families, getting to know children out of their everyday working environment, school environment, rather than just saying, have you done your homework? It's a bit like Christmas every day, as in they're sitting around, they're playing board games, there's things happening which is bringing families closer together.
A lot of families will stay in contact now after this pandemic.
And people will enjoy seeing each other. I always remember one thing that my mum always said when I left home. It was nice because she knew that when I went to see her, it's because I wanted to, not because I have to. And I think now, when we're allowed to see each other, it will be a case of going to your family's houses because you want to, not because you're allowed to. People will know you actually want to spend time with each other. I think that'll make a lot of difference.